was closely following up the events in the governorate and expressing sorrow over what had happened. According to the statement, President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi gave his directives to the concerned bodies to take all the necessary measures to restore public order and keep these citizens safe. President al-Sisi stressed that the criminals and the culprits responsible for the attacks in the city should be held responsible and put on trial. The president urged the military forces along with Al-Minya Governorate to fix all the damaged facilities within a month at the state's expense. The head of state asserted that such attacks, which do not represent the people's norms and traditions, would not affect the Egyptian unity. In France, Grand Imam of Al-Azhar, Ahmad al-Tayyib, confirmed that Islam rejects all kinds of violence and terrorism, stressing that the people should abide by the norms of peace, forgiveness, brotherhood and cooperation. Al-Tayyib said that Al-Azhar institution announced its solidarity with the victims of terrorism around the world. And in a statement, Pope Theodorus II called for calm and restraint and said that he was pursuing the matter with the officials and that he had spoken to the people whose homes were attacked. The Minya governor said that the authorities would not accept any infractions of the irresponsible actions. A group of people set fire to 7 houses in Al-Minya, and the following day, another group set fire to 6 other houses. Police arrested 5 men in connection with the incident, while the state prosecution ordered their detention and the arrest of 18 others. Grand Imam of Al-Azhar, Ahmad al-Tayyib, continued his visit to France on Thursday. Al-Tayyib held talks with the head of the French Senate and the head of the National Association, which centered on the efforts to fight terrorism and extremism. The talks also covered means of cooperation with Al-Azhar institutions, as well as the integration of the French Muslims into the society. On Tuesday, the Grand Imam met with the French President François Hollande. In a statement, the French presidency said that the French authorities welcomed Al-Tayyib's efforts to combat radicalism. During his visit, Al-Tayyib opened the Muslim-Catholic Conference on East-West relations. Earlier in the Vatican, Al-Tayyib met with Pope Francis on Monday that reopened an important channel for the interreligious dialogue. The cabinet, headed by Prime Minister Sharif Ismail, held its weekly meeting on Thursday. The ministers discussed a number of political and economic files in addition to the security situation in Egypt. The cabinet probed measures to improve the atmosphere for the investors and the implementation of mega national development projects. The Prime Minister also discussed measures taken to provide the citizens with the needed commodities during the holy month of Ramadan at suitable prices. Meanwhile, Ismail met with the visiting deputy head of the World Bank, Kyle Peters. A French ship joined on Thursday the ongoing search operation for the black boxes of the Egypt airplane that crashed last week in the Mediterranean. The French vessel is equipped with a sonar that can pick up the underwater pings emitted by the recorders of the Egypt Air Flight MS-804. It is specialized in maritime surveillance and rescue and marine police missions. The head of the committee said that another company will join the search, which includes 5 locations covering about 20 miles. He added that the committee received the plane documents from the Greek authorities that include audio recordings and radar pictures of the contacts conducted when the plane was at the Greek airspace. France and Egypt will hire 2 private firms to help in the hunt for the black boxes from the ill-fated plane. A candle vigil for the victims of the flight, attended by the Minister of Civil Aviation, was also held in Cairo on Thursday. As the 3rd stage of the Martyrs' Right operation continues, the armed forces killed 88 Takfiri elements in Sinai over the past 4 days. Forces of the 2nd and the 3rd Field Armies also succeeded to demolish 190 huts and 57 houses used by the terrorists to mount attacks against the police and the army. In the meantime, the Special Navy forces have secured areas around the operation to foil the infiltration attempts. During an emergency meeting on Thursday, the Arab League condemned the comments by the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu that the Golan Heights would forever remain in the Israeli hands. Netanyahu made the comments on Sunday, saying he doubted Syria would ever return to what it was after the violence of its civil war.